In this video, I'm going to be going over the installation of Spark and running your first program, your Hello World, which is going to be a program to count words. As you can see here, I am at the Apache download page, and you can see the options that I've selected. I've chosen the latest release, which is 2.0. I've also chosen a pre-built package, so I don't have to recompile the source. I'm simply going to download a zip and run it directly out of that zip. I'm then going to choose a direct download, and you can see there the file that you have to download. Now, I've already done this, and I'm going to go ahead and show it to you in my directory. You can see there that I have the folder called Spark 2.0 with Hadoop 2.7. If I go into it, you can see there the default directory structure and the folders that are given to you. Now inside of the bin, we have the executable or the shell command that we can run to run Spark. Now before I do that, I should mention that you need to install Java. I try to work around it because I hate to install Java on my machine. I couldn't do it. I had to install the JDK. In the end, it's no big deal. It takes a couple of minutes. You download it, you install it, and as I said, in a couple of minutes, you're done. Now I'm going to go ahead and move to the terminal. So you can see here, I am in the same place. I have that Spark directory, and I'm going to go ahead and move into it. And now I'm going to go ahead and enter the executable that I mentioned. Now what we need to run is in the bin, so I'll specify that. And what we need to, the command that we need to run is called Spark shell. And at this point, you can simply hit return and it'll work. But I'm going to go ahead and specify it to run with 4 threads locally. You'll see that how I do that there. And I'm going to go ahead and enter return. Now if all goes well, we should get a prompt, Scala prompt, which is the default shell for Spark. And one other thing that I should note as well, note this line here that we can get access to the context using SC. So that's what we're going to do next, and we're going to specify an input file. And if I go back to my directory system and I go up one directory, you can see here that I have a couple of text files that are just articles I downloaded from the web and that I'm going to use as input to count words. I'm going to go ahead and enter one of them just so you can see it. This one is called "The Robots Are Coming for Wall Street," and it's just a long text file. So I'm going to go ahead and go back to the shell, and I'm going to enter the next command. Now let me go ahead and copy and paste that in. You can see there that I have, this should be val, V-A-L, not var. And then input file, and we're using the context as you can see there, and we're going to specify a file. The file that we're going to download is the path to that article that I just showed you. And I'm going to go ahead and copy and paste that path here in a minute. Let's go ahead and put that in. You can see there that this is simply the directory, the path within my machine, and then we're going to write the name of the file, which is article00.txt, close the quotes, and hit return. And if all goes well, we should get the command prompt back. And yes, you can see there that there is some assignment being done internally. Now the next thing we're going to do is we're going to create another variable. This one's going to be called counts, and this is the specification for how to split the data within the file using spaces and increasing counters on each word using the following command. As you can see there, there is a map that is being done and a reduce that is being done as well. All of this at the end will generate a count for the words that we have within that file. Let's go ahead and hit return. We should get a command prompt coming back. We're also going to declare a debug to string, and this is simply for to give us some feedback. We're also going to add a cache that we're going to use. And then finally, I am going to specify the output path and directory name to which I want the system to write the results of those word counts. So I'm going to go ahead and hit return. And if all goes well, we should have the results within our directory. So let's go ahead and go back, and you can see here that I have a new directory called output. If I go inside of it, you can see there that we have a success file, and we also have two parts to that word count that we just performed. If I go into one of these, and this opened up this is opened up in a different editor that I normally use. Let me go ahead and scroll this down, and you can see there that we're starting to get the word counts as expected. Things such as bean have a lot more counts, executive, and so on. And if we start scrolling down, you can see there the count that we have. Now we could start to use this for additional types of operations or computations that we want to perform, but I simply wanted to show you here how easy it is to download Spark, do the installation, run a simple word count program, and that's what I've done. So with that, I'll say goodbye.